Felicia, and I'm a structural engineer. And I help build structures like the one we're in right now, the California Science Center. As you probably know, we live with earthquakes here in Southern California. There are small ones every day, and we're absolutely certain there's going to be a big one in the future. Maybe next year, maybe next month, maybe even today. That's why California is one of the most advanced areas in the world when it comes to earthquake safety. And when we built the California Science Center, we definitely had earthquake safety in mind. Just look up and see how the ceiling is constructed. You see those diagonal pieces of metal? That's called lateral bracing, and we made it to support the building whenever things get a bit shaky.
Here's how lateral bracing works in the pavilion. See how the lateral bracing resists the forces created by an earthquake by transferring these forces down to the foundation.
I know what you're thinking. All the structural support in the world won't do you any good if all this glass comes crashing down on your head. And we thought of that too. The glass is actually glued to the frames and it's laminated, which means it's sandwiched with a thin layer of plastic. You can see the lamination in this sample. So if the glass does break, the pieces stay in place rather than falling to the ground. So, now you know how we prepared for an earthquake here. But what about the rest of the Science Center? Come with me, I'll show you. Some of the earthquake-resistant features we built can't be seen just by walking around the building. Have a look at these walls. You can't really see much, can you? I'm going to show you something. These walls are actually 2 feet thick. And if this building ever starts to sway, the walls will take that swaying motion and transfer it to the base of the building. And what would happen at the base of the building? Check this out. This building sits on footings that look like this. Look how huge they are. 5 feet thick and 20 feet wide. So when the swaying moves to the base, the footings take that motion and transfer it to the ground, and the building doesn't tip over. Maybe at this point you're wondering, why do we go to so much trouble? Why do we need such thick walls? Well, here's a reminder of what we're up against. When an earthquake hits, watch out. All the structures that seem so solid in our world can fall apart. Bridges collapse. Houses are destroyed. Broken gas and water pipes can cause floods and fires. And there are unforeseen hazards all around. I want to show you how other structures have been made more earthquake safe. Check this out. Did you feel that?
No.
I think we just had a small earthquake. Nice timing, huh? Well, it just goes to show you that earthquakes happen all the time in this part of the world. Most are too small to notice, but it's not uncommon to have one like that. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, other structures with earthquake-resistant features. Check this out. This is the Los Angeles County Emergency Operations Center, and it's designed to survive an earthquake from the San Andreas Fault. The amazing thing about this building is that it doesn't actually sit on the ground. It's built on top of 28 rubber bearings called base isolators. They can move 16 inches in any direction, so when there's an earthquake, they absorb the shock instead of the building. If you'd like to check out a similar type of base isolator, there's one right there with you in the Operations Center. When it comes to freeways, there are many ways to make them stronger and more earthquake resistant. Take a look at this. Here, Caltrans construction crews enlarge a footing for an overpass. And a steel jacket now encases this concrete column, helping it to withstand earthquake forces. Although a wood frame house is a fairly safe place to be during an earthquake, it should be made even safer by bolting the frame of the house to the foundation and strapping down the water heater. When an earthquake hits, people who build structures don't just worry about buildings. We also worry about gas leaks, which can cause fires, and broken water pipes, which can cause floods. So take a look at this. We've mounted some of the major machinery at the Science Center on springs, so if things get a bit shaky, there's a bit more room for movement before things start to break off. We also have an electrical generator for emergency power, so that I'm fine. I'm just a little bumped up. How about you?
I'm okay. Are you still in the control room?
Yes, I'm gonna run a check on the building. Well, there's no floods or fires showing up here. We lost power for a second, but the emergency system kicked in. Oh, and the utility room looks okay.
Sounds good. Can you stand in for a minute while I do a walk around?
Yeah, I'll wait here. Everything looks okay out there in the operations center. Well, it looks like we made it through this one. But even with all the earthquake-resistant features, no building is earthquake-proof. Some are safer than others, and that's what structural engineers and engineering geologists all work hard at. But there's no such thing as a building that's 100% safe. People, you need to be prepared and know what to do when an earthquake hits. Check out the rest of the exhibit and stay safe.